All right, so I know you guys are excited about this fight, but I don't think you understand what a big deal it is. This is a perfect storm, a perfect storm. First of all, Turki Al-Sheikh, we're lucky he happens to be a boxing fan. None of this happens if he doesn't happen to be a boxing fan. It's just none of us are here. Nick Khan, the best in the business. Dana White. Dana White is the greatest combat sports promoter of my lifetime. And it's his first ever boxing promotion. So that's who's behind what you're going to see. Do you know who's the best pound for pound fighter in the world? The most recent one. Bud Crawford. Apologies to the monster and Usyk. Bud Crawford has my vote for best pound for pound. Who was the best pound for pound before Bud? Canelo Alvarez, universally recognized that way. But it's not just these two guys, the last two best pound for pound fighters in the world. There haven't been that many. Before Canelo, who do you have? Before Canelo, Floyd or Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather. Before, you could take the lineage back. There have only been, 25 or 30 fighters who ever lived who you said that's the best pound for pound fighter in the world. These are two of them, the last two. And they're going to fight in Las Vegas on September 13th. Canelo is 62-2 with 2 draws, 62-2. So was Marvin Hagler when Sugar Ray Leonard moved up to fight him, and they produced one of the biggest spectacles in the history of boxing. This fight is a perfect storm. I could not be more excited to be a part of it. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you guys some questions, if you don't mind. But I'm going to start with you. Why are you jumping up and skipping a division? You just got to junior middleweight. You were given the best fight of your career at junior middleweight by Madrimov. Who gave you a tougher fight than Madrimov? Stop that. And now you're... Who? Someone gave you a tougher fight than Madrimov?
Listen, if y'all thought that was a tough fight, then woof.
Well, you've been beating the hell out of most guys you've ever fought. He gave you a good fight. Now you're skipping middleweight. No rehydration clause, nothing like that, to move up to fight a guy who has dominated that weight class for a decade, or weight classes for a decade. Why do it this way?
Why not? I always say, why not? You know, all the greats do things that people think that's impossible. You know, so within myself, I have the confidence, the skills. I got all the tools to beat Canelo. So why not?
Canelo, you are right now El Gran Campeón Mexico, right? Like, you are the guy. Richard, good to see you. And Mexico has produced some of the greatest champions in boxing history, including Julio Cesar Chavez, Salvador Sanchez, and on and on. If you beat Terence Crawford in this fight, or is it on the line the greatest champion in the history of Mexico? Is that on the line in this fight?
You know what? I don't know. Let's see when I retire where I'm going to be in the list. But for sure, I will beat Terence Crawford, no matter what. I don't look in like I'm going to be the greatest Mexican ever. I don't say that. I think my numbers is going to talk when I retire.
For someone who hasn't been during that September weekend to Vegas for a Canelo fight, why should they come out for this one?
You know, it's going to be one of the greatest fighters ever, for sure. And that night is very special. All around this fight is special, and I think they don't want to miss this fight.
You spent a lot of your career early on as a counterpuncher. You used to go to the ropes and these guys when you were a teenager, and these grown men would come at you and you'd box the hell out of them and knock them out. But recently, the last bunch of years, guys have been running from you and you've had to chase them. What are you prepared to do against Terence Crawford? How do you think he's going to fight you?
Everything. I don't know. I don't know what fight he's gonna make, but you know, I'm gonna prepare myself for every style he bring. I hope he brings a good style to make a good fight for the people. That's what I want. If not, I'm gonna do my best to win in every way.
You hear when he says make a good fight for the people, Terence, he's saying he hopes you don't run. And Turkey has a knockout bonus in this fight. And there seems to be something out there like the way for you to win this fight is to move, move, move. Is that true?
Listen.
Turkey, you need to put a small ring, the smaller ring in the...
Hey, Matt. Yeah. The only running that I'm going to be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head, too.
Canelo, I mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler earlier. Hagler also fought a great lightweight champion before he fought Sugar Ray, Roberto Duran. And Duran didn't run. They fought in close for 15 rounds, and it was a close fight. Do you think he can do that? Do you think he can bring it to you?
We'll see. We need to try, right? To see what is going to happen. But for sure, it's going to be different, way different.
All right. All I can tell you is it is the perfect storm of a fight. The fights like this, I know Dana said it's once in a lifetime. Legitimately, a fight like this comes around once every decade or so. By the way, Muhammad Ali fought Leon Spinks in 1978. 90 million people watched the fight live on ABC because back then it was broadcast in primetime by a huge platform. Nothing has come close since then. Nothing. Even if you say Mayweather-Pacquiao, they did 4 million pay-per-views, incredible. Even if 5 people per set are watching, it's 20 million people. But this platform, Netflix, they showed you not long ago with a fight that was not like this, 100 million people watch it. This will be, it's safe to say, the most watched prize fight, more eyeballs on it than any fight in almost 50 years, in almost half a century. So I would say that it is a once-in-a-lifetime fight, except, Turkey, I'm sure that there will be more like it in the not-too-distant future. You keep making all the fights. The rematch. Right. September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada. I cannot wait for this one. By the way, live on Netflix, if you have Netflix, which everyone does, you don't have to, you know, there's nothing, it's not pay-per-view, that's it. You got it already. 300 million plus people. And now, before we get out of here, Dana, you're going to face the fighters off.